Outwitting the devil. Fear is the tool of a man made devil. Self confident faith in oneself is both the man made weapon which defeats this devil and the man made tool which builds a good life. And it is more than that. It is a link to the irresistible forces of the universe which stand behind the man who doesn't believe in failure and defeat as being anything but temporary experiences. Most people will achieve their greatest success one step beyond what looked like their greatest failure. Yes, now we are going to discuss some points which provides a roadmap to success and which help you break through the barriers that may be holding you back. Success and failure. When we are going to an interview, we will definitely ask suggestions from successful people, right? But we should consider not only the few who have succeeded, but the many who have failed also. Yes, you should carefully analyze thousands of people who have been classed as failures. Men and women who come to the closing chapter of life disappointed because they didn't attain the goal which they had set their hearts upon achieving. As inconsistent as it may seem, you will learn more about how to succeed from the failures than you will from so called successes. They will teach you what not to do. The urge to continue was stronger than the desire to quit. Chance and other self. The other self may meet with temporary defeat, but not with permanent failure. How many times do we allow a temporary defeat to affect us as if it were a permanent failure instead of learning from it and moving on? There is a man who is called Hill. He himself faced many setbacks along his journey, but each time he was able to find the seed of greater benefit and move on to greater successes. Men and women who have been wounded by the business depression and other unpleasant experiences will discover within themselves this strange entity which have called my other self, and that the discovery will lead them as it has led me into a closer relationship with the source of power which surmounts obstacles and masters difficulties instead of being mastered by them. This is a great power to be discovered in your other self. Search sincerely and you will definitely find it. Talking with devil. Even many of us have some major fears in our life which are said to be devils. Fear of poverty, fear of criticism, fear of ill health, fear of loss of love, fear of old age, fear of death. The exact nature of power by which we had been deprived of initiative and courage has been described. It is the same power which millions of others are bound during the Great Depression. It is the chief weapon which the devil ensnares and controls human beings. Habits. Habits comes in pairs, triplets, and many more ways. Any habit which weakens one's willpower invites a flock of its relatives to move in and take possession of the mind. The cigarette habit not only lowers the power of resistance and discourages persistence, but it invites looseness in other human relationships. Drift. A drifter is one who is too lazy mentally to use his own brain. What a crazy thing. This is the reason devil can take control of people's thinking and plant its own ideas in their minds. A drifter is one who accepts whatever life throws in his way without making a protest or putting up a fight. He doesn't know what he wants from life and spends all of his time getting just that. A drifter has lots of opinions, but they are not his own. Most of them are supplied by devil itself. Hypnotic rhythm. Compare it with the method by which one learns to play music. At first, the notes are memorized in the mind, right? Then they are related to one another through melody and rhythm. By repetition, the melody and rhythm become fixed in the mind. Observe how relentlessly the musician must repeat a tune before he masters it. Though repetition, the musical notes blend and then you have music. In the same manner, any impulse of thought that the mind repeats over and over through habit forms an organized rhythm. Undesirable habits can be broken. They must be broken before they assume the proportions of rhythm. Influence. In the colder climate, nature will create trees which are adjusted to survive and to reproduce themselves. But they could not survive if transplanted in the tropical regions. In the same manner, nature clothes her animals, giving to those in each different climate a covering suited to their comfort and survival in that climate. In a similar manner, nature forces upon the minds of men and influences of their environment which are stronger than the individual's own thoughts. Children are forced to take on the nature of all influences of those around them unless their own thoughts are stronger than the influences. Strange. Education. Perpetuate yourself from one generation to another by the clever trick of taking over the minds of children before they have the chance to learn how to use their minds. One always wishes to know what is wrong with a school system that permits the devil to control so many people. Wishing to know also what can be done to the established system of teaching that will ensure all children the opportunity to learn. First, that they have minds, and second, how to use those minds to bring spiritual and economic freedom.